You know, in the Old South, they used to have the white primary. And in the white primary, only whites could vote in the Democratic primary, and then blacks could vote in the general election. Now, none of us have any hesitation to say that that's a fundamental violation of equality. Because even though the blacks had the right to vote in the general election, they ought to have had the right to vote in the primary. Well, today we don't have a white primary, we have a green primary. We have a primary where those who fund campaigns get to pick the candidates that the rest of us get to vote among. And nobody can say just because we all get to vote for the candidates that the green primary participants have selected, there's nothing wrong with this system. No, there's something deeply wrong with this system. It denies us the basic equality of a representative democracy. But that's not the only inequality in our system. Second inequality is inequality of representation, like the way political gerrymandering divides up our country so that only a small number of seats are actually competitive, which means that citizens in the rest of America, literally 355 seats out of 435 seats, those people in those districts who happen to be in the minority have no effective representation in Congress. Because the congressman doesn't have to worry about the minority party in his or her district, because the congressman knows that the minority party can never defeat him or her. So those people look at government and say, that person doesn't represent me. I'm not even part of that system. And that's the product of the political gerrymandering that Democrats and Republicans both have been guilty of perpetrating. And so what the second part of this would do would be to end that gerrymandering and create systems of fair and proportional representation so all citizens have a shot at being represented in this democracy. What the Citizen Equality Act says is, let's just solve these fundamental inequalities in one shot. And we could do it without even addressing the constitutional issues. We could address these three issues and create a principle, a core principle, America should be able to rally around. That's the point. If we're going to have a mandate, we got to talk about something that most of America, the vast majority of America, can agree about. And I think they can agree that as citizens in a representative democracy, we all should have equal power in that democracy.